always starting off making sure you're lined up to your target. Okay, so when I have a ball, all right, let's say I'm on the course, I pick out my target. All right, I see it, I stand off to the side of it. All right, my routine is I stand up and I just have my own way of seeing where I'm lined up. I can kind of see. It's kind of funny. I see my nose. Wherever my nose is pointed, I've trained myself where that's where I'm aimed. You know, because I know how much pressure I'm putting on my neck when I turn it. So once it stops, I know that's where I aim. It's kind of cool. I worked on.
Do we have to
found,
do that?
You don't have to. No, you don't. You really don't. But it's kind of cool. It's something I worked on when I was younger, and I kind of just found something that worked for me back when I was in college. And so I just stuck with it, and it's probably been the easiest thing for me to remember, just lining myself up. So that's what you want to start off first, is line yourself up, get comfortable over the ball, okay? Now our grip, we talked about our grip in the last lessons, all right? It's very, very important to have a good grip. And you know what it looks like. We spoke about it last couple weeks. So once you have your grip, all right, make sure you're in a good stance, all right? And a lot of people like to hunch over like their back is bowed, or that their lower back is bowed, or almost your butt could be poking out too much. You want to be relaxed. This is about the easiest way to get in the proper position. All right, stand straight up. All right, you got your grip in your hand. All right, hands out. All you got to do, unlock your knees and bend at the waist. All right, and it's gonna get you pretty close in the right position that you need to be in to hit the ball. All right, so any questions on the in swing? Anybody does anybody have a particular routine that you do? Does anybody get up there and waggle their club? No?
Take a shot a little bit away, just to see if I'm hitting the ground rather than way back there.
Take a practice swing.
Yeah.
You know, I usually advise maybe 2 practice swings. Any more than that, you're wasting your good swings.
I know.
Practice swings per shot.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the most. At most, you don't
No,
want
you
to do
should
any
only
more
take
than
one.
that. Yeah,
that would
one's
really
good.
delay.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to. You don't want to.
No, there's
You know,
you
waste
only
your
have
good
so many
swings.
swings in a day.
Save it. I know a few people that just get up there and
I
just
don't
hit
take
it.
practice swings.
You know, that's good. Now, that's your pre-swing. All right, that's about the only thoughts you should have getting over the ball. Okay. But I encourage you to practice it on the range. All right, getting in the rhythm, repetition. Just keep on working at it. So when you're on the course, it's natural. You don't even have to think about it. That's the goal. You know, you want to get your pre-swing to where it just feels comfortable. You don't even think about it, and you're ready to hit the ball. All right, now your in swing. Obviously, we have a good grip. All right. Most important, I think, is having really nice shoulder turn. You know, a lot of people think about, you know, where the position of the club is on the back swing, and so on and so forth. But just making sure you're getting that good rotation with your shoulders they'll get the club in the backswing in a pretty good spot. Okay, a lot of people, if they don't practice enough, they don't rotate their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like they could just lift up their arms. Okay, you're not even using shoulders. We got to rotate our shoulders. One thing I teach my juniors is they all like to just pick the club up just like that, you know? I try to tell them, just keep your arms straight and reach back and turn your shoulders. See? I mean, that's all you gotta do. If you just turn your shoulders, it's gonna get up there. And then when we swing through the ball, we're gonna make sure we turn our shoulders through. That's another thing. A lot of miss hits, like I know some people that just slap at the ball. Well, that's because they don't rotate their shoulders through the target. They don't open and clear their body through the ball. They're just basically smacking at the ball, where it just makes an inconsistent shot. All right. So shoulder rotation. Okay, basically getting us back in a good position on the backswing. And I like to think is keeping it over your shoulder. Okay, so we're on our backswing. We're gonna come back and bring the club over our right shoulder. Everybody's right-handed. Yeah. So over our right shoulder on the backswing, and then when we swing through, we'll finish high on our left shoulder. Okay. But you get an idea of when we make a swing, we want to make sure our follow through matches our backswing. You know, vice versa. Just make sure everything matches, so we're swinging down a good line. All right. And when you finish your swing, make sure you hold that follow through. A lot of people just don't finish, and you could just be smacking at the ball and not really making good contact. Just make sure that you swing through the ball and hold that follow through and keep your balance. And that's pretty much it on the in swing.
Question, what about
Sure.
hips? I mean, you've got your back here, but don't you need to get your hips out of the way first before you swing through? Do you lead with your hips, or your bend that knee first and then follow through?
Sure.
I mean, you lead with your hips.
So you want to talk about leg movement. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's very, very quiet. All right. You want to just. I like leg movement on the follow through. You know, downswing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you engage your lower body before your upper body, you're gonna hit it a lot further. But on your backswing.
No. Yeah. On the backswing.
On your
everything's
backswing,
quiet.
everything stays quiet, and I'm not. And here's one thing you got to be careful with is when you come back, try not to straighten out your back leg, your right leg. All right, try not to straighten that out, because you could get stuck and end up just hitting behind the ball. Just keep it bent a little bit. Like I said, just unlock those knees. Keep that unlocked. Don't
Right.
lock it
Yeah.
on the backswing.
Yeah.
Just keep it bent slightly. But on our downswing, you're right. You want to feel your hips move first.
You want to go hips first, and
Yeah.
then the club follows.
Right. But you got to also think of it as the body's working together. Okay. So what you're gonna hopefully feel is before you start down, your lower body is going to shift first. Okay. So basically, my hips are moving. See how my hips go, and then my arms follow. That pretty much brings the club. We like to call that the slot. And then all you have to do is just release to the ball and follow through. It brings the club down on a nice plane. But you're right. You use your hips, but it's not a sliding.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to slide lateral.
Yeah.
You want to make sure the hips are going forward,
Right.
but also turning out.
Right.
Okay. And while you're doing this, make sure your head stays above the ball. Okay. If it moves forward, fluff face is going to be open. Most likely you're going to be hitting it right, or you're going to be hitting pools.